Hey there, Central Texas. It's Cindy here again with Realty Texas, bringing you another month of the Market Viewer. You already know that I love this graph because it really just puts everything together a nice little bow. You still see people saying it's the end of the world, that the market is crashing. It's not in here, at least in Central Texas. We keep seeing is it's normalizing, it's getting back to normal, and that takes time. So I wanted to give you two different market viewers. One that was in July of 2025, so that's the month that just closed out, and then I'm going to go back in time to 2022, right? Two different markets, and it might kind of explain some things. So right now we have a month of inventory, right? 5.9. Easy to see. COVID, like this is COVID, not COVID. 5.9, we're right for the Austin Metro. We're right on the cusp of approaching a balanced market. So in realtor terms, 6 months of inventory is balanced. Anything less is a seller market, anything more than 6 months. So 7 months of inventory, technically speaking, would be a buyer's market. And all that means is there's more sellers than there are buyers. So if I go take a look at active listings, right? COVID, right? Not COVID. We have 14,000 listings out there, guys. Closings. If I go back in time, we're looking at our marketplace, 3,500, 35, 4,000, 35, 4,000, more than 4,000, more than 4,000. And we've trended down since the top of the market in, say, May of 22. So we need to recover some of this to get back to this. But this, I believe, is being held down due to interest rates, because it's not a lack of inventory. I think with buying power, with the pricings the way they are, people are kind of waiting out to see if they can get more bang for the buck, if the rates will come down. And there's talk of maybe in September markets will come down, but I tell you, don't wait for the rates to come down, because what's going to happen is people are going to pile on, and then prices are going to stabilize or maybe even go back up. But we've got plenty of inventory to work through. If you notice here, median price, right, topped out over $500,000 in June 2022, and now we're down to 430. If I go back and look in time, July 2022, right, we had just 2.2 months of inventory, 6,000 active listings, 2,100 closed sales. We had actually more sales than in 2022, more sales. What? By about 600 more sales market wide, but we just have more than double the number of listings. Price point, it's $100,000 less. And it was 8.2 year over year. So in 2021, it was less by 8.2%. So 22 is pretty much, the crescendo of our market. And then with market rates changing, we saw what I call the normalization. And then another thing to consider, back in 2022, the biggest market share of our market, 30% of our market, was the 500 to 749 price point. 30%. 16% was 300,000 to 399. And as it goes down, it's like to nothing. Now, take a look at this. 300 to 399 in our marketplace, it's 28% of the marketplace, right? So the prices are sliding down, right? And we're seeing a bigger portion of our market is 300,000 to 399, which for first-time home buyers, that's great. If you are new to the area, that's great. That means our prices are starting to find their way and normalize out. We're not seeing a bunch in the 400 to 499. They seem to be sticking either to the 500 and up or 399 and down. So if you're priced somewhere, if you're priced in the 310s in our market, I would probably try to get under 399 if you could. You probably see a completely different market once you get under that threshold. But I digress. So if you take a look down here, list of sold, we are at 93%, right? We're at 98 and 22. So that means more money was going into the seller's pockets because there's less negotiation. That's a lot of negotiation. That's 7% negotiation terms, right? Getting a bigger house, you're getting a smaller house, bigger house. So things are improving. So, like again, I'll come up with these every month. Maybe next month I'll just look at a specific zip code, right? Because I can dice this up however I'd like, but this is a great macro information if you're considering buying or selling here in the Central Texas area. If you have any questions about what this means for your particular property, like before I was doing this video, I was doing another video for a seller that was asking me, hey, my house says it's worth this much on Zillow. What do you think? Is that close? And I did the math for him and I worked it through. And well, that video is for him. It was a private video. But love to be able to connect. It's easy to find me. You can like the video and just Google me. I'm easily found. And I look forward to working with you.